You're listening to Lifestyle Business Radio. When it comes to success in life and business, it matters who you take advice from. So let's get better acquainted with one of the hosts, Mayumi Muller. Mayumi is the quintessential cosmopolitan success story. Born in Japan and raised in the United States, Mayumi's Japanese and African-American heritage has helped her learn how to connect with people from highly diverse cultures and backgrounds. Following her coursework at the University of Washington, Mayumi pursued a career in modeling, working professionally in major metropolitan areas throughout the United States and Europe. During this time, Mayumi cultivated an elegance, charm, and winning attitude that crowned her Mrs. Washington State in 1995 and landed her less than 5 places away from achieving Mrs. America. Since that time, Mayumi has raised 5 amazing children while attaining to the highest levels of success in every field she's entered. A President's Award-winning real estate agent for John L. Scott for 10 years, the top sales rep of a Fortune 500 company, owner of 8 multi-million-dollar businesses, and the world's #1 trainer in self-running business ownership. Learn the secrets to success in life and business from this amazing woman at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy website, lboacademy.com. That's lboacademy.com. Why build a business when you can build a lifestyle?
Why build a business when you can build a lifestyle? That is definitely words that we live by. We have a pretty good lifestyle.
I think so, babe.
Yeah.
I think that
We've created it.
We've created. I mean, and actually, you know, been in business for a long time. I've been in business personally since I was out of high school, which was 18 years old. I'm 44 now, and in the last few years that we've been doing this thing together has been the most successful in my whole entire life, and it's because you're such a great partner to me, and you are able to lift me up to a whole other level, which really is great, you know. So if you guys can you know, ever meet somebody as wonderful as my wife, you'll be so lucky.
Oh, thank you. You know, it does take 2 though, you know, and you know, the first year was a bit challenging. You know, we've been doing this for a while now. And the first year, I have to say, is we had to set our egos to the side, right? Or even just squash them.
Well, I never set mine aside.
Yeah, yours was to the side. But we had to set them, and then we had to reevaluate or evaluate what gifts we bring to our businesses and to our families, right?
Yep.
And we did that, and it was a year. But we managed to do it because some of the stuff that Aaron does, listeners, I can't do it. I mean, I already know where my gifts are, and I like doing those.
Vice versa, you know, like, you know, so this goes along with all partners. You know, if you're partners with somebody in business, you know, you got to, you know, we're not talking about partnerships today, but I just wanted to throw that out, you know, that it's really important that you find each other's strengths and you let each other have those strengths and not try to micromanage them or change them, and focus on your strengths. And
absolutely,
that's where you're going to have success, and that's in marriage or anything else.
Yep,
so
I agree.
That was my marriage advice for the day.
Yep, marriage advice. So now let's talk about how to buy business, grow profits, and make it run without you. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Right? We were just talking about this again. We have built this lifestyle and this empire where we can focus solely on our marriage, our relationship, and our family. Family is so important to us. And the reason why we do this is because we hire and train and empower employees.
Yeah.
Good employees, right?
And employees are always difficult to come by, and employees are always a great subject to talk about.
That's
and this
our
is
subject.
Why we want to talk about employees again today. Because I think there's just a many subjects with it, and I think that there's many challenges we all have. And again, I want to reiterate, you know, like we've talked about before, it's like the market is just so amazing right now. It's so busy everywhere, and I think not just in Seattle, but all across the country. I mean, the unemployment rate is so low, and you know, there's going to be changes in that. And but when things are tough for us employers, it's definitely an employee market.
Yes, it is.
And so we have to adapt, and we have to learn how to manage our people sometimes differently than you would when they're desperate for jobs.
Exactly.
And I will say something that when I bought one of my businesses, it was probably the first business I bought from somebody I didn't know. And I was and it was an industry I didn't know anything about. And this is in 2000, May of 2000. And I remember talking to the seller, and I was really afraid, and I was like, I'm buying this auto repair shop, and I'm like, hey, Ned, like, what happens if all my employees quit when I come on board? Like, what am I going to do? And his comment to me, and it's stuck with me for my whole life, in business, and I live by it, and it's so great. And I actually tell people this all the time. He said, Aaron, don't ever be held hostage by your employees. You can always find somebody.
Yep, he says it like that too.
Exactly
when he
like
tells
that.
the story every time, guys.
I won't even say what nationality that was, but it is what it was. And so it really impacted me because it was like this aha moment for me, and I was like, wow, he's right. You know what? I'm not going to be held hostage by my employees, just like you're not held hostage by your kids. Like you can always find people out there. Okay, so we're in a market right now that it might be more difficult to find somebody, and we might have to work harder at finding that person. Maybe I got to hire like 10 people to find one really great one, you know, but that's okay. You just have to have that mindset that that's okay.
Right. And don't settle.
Don't settle, and don't get discouraged.
Yep.
Settling is the worst thing you can do because you're going to get into a situation and you've heard the term, that person's cancer in the business.
Yes.
I mean, don't just
it's for sure.
Let somebody that is creating that cancer in your business stay there, because it's going to make your life miserable and it's going to actually hurt.
It hurts your
the
business.
morale of the other employees, your business, everything. So anyways, just know that you have to just be diligent about finding good people. And so when you do have good people, I just want to share how we, some of our situations that we run into as business owners and some of the challenges, and then how we deal with them, and if it can help anybody listening right now, that's what we're trying to go for.
Absolutely.
So we'll have situations where I might have a manager that gets paid well and everything, and give them freedoms, and they like all of that, and it's very empowering for them, but sometimes that's just not enough. You can pay somebody as much as you can pay them, and they're making more money than they ever have, but they're still not necessarily happy.
Right.
So I know this one particular employee I have. What I need to do is talk to him on the phone a lot.
Yep. That's his love language.
That's his love. His business love language. His business
love language is talking words of affirmation.
Yeah, and it's and just being there for him. It's not even just words of affirmation. It's like I'm just there, listening to him and talking to him and going, awesome, man, and and like giving him advice and letting him talk about issues we had. And it does drive me nuts sometimes because I'm, I have so many things going on, but I know that I want to keep this person really happy because they, do really great for me. One of the best people I've ever hired. So I'm going to adjust, my time a little bit so that I can give him the time that he needs in my business, just on the phone.
And like you said, he's making great money. Sometimes it's not about the money. They just need that little bit more. Yeah.
So you always want to find like what's really,
their hot button.
What's our hot button? What's key? We have another guy that works for us who he likes that. Wow, you've done a really great job.
I'm that one too.
Yeah, and he will do anything for us.
Yep.
And he's just so amazing. And and it's like one time we bought him some golf clubs.
Oh.
This guy's
he's what, like 6'5", 6'8"?
He's huge. He's ex-NFL player.
Guy, and we bought him these little baby Jesus golf clubs. They were so cute and little because he's so big, and he just started bawling. He was just so happy. But that's what we do because that's how he feels validated. Again, he makes great money.
Yeah.
But the money's a good job. It's not the money for him.
The important thing. And I don't think it really, honestly, you guys, I don't think the money is really that's you have to pay within the industry standards, right?
Yep.
Pay a little more. I always say pay a little more than the industry standard. That's how you're going to attract somebody. Now you want to keep them happy. And by keeping them happy is really about really listening to people and understanding people's feelings and understanding who they are and
what their hot buttons are.
What their hot buttons are. And we have people take the Myers-Briggs assessment. And it's because to us, it really allows us to know who who we're working with. You know, like,
well,
are
and
they?
we became certified practitioners for Myers-Briggs, and that was again, you know, it was expensive getting certified, but that was probably one of the areas, the best money that we spent to be able to understand our employees' personalities and their communication style.
And we actually did this for our dating service that we started, and we wanted to be different in how we matched people. But we found that it was almost more useful just in our employment situations. And so it's taught me personally to be a lot more sensitive to certain types.
Right.
Not that I'm not a sensitive person, but I didn't think that just being black and white and saying things straight to somebody was a problem.
Right.
But I realized that it is a major problem for certain Myers-Briggs types, you know.
And they want to feel that warm and fuzzy too, you know, that. And then once you've done the warm and fuzzy to accommodate them, then you can go into what you
direct.
want.
Yeah. So it's all about like learning those ways of communicating with people and knowing what's important to them. You know, we have a situation, or we had a situation. It was an employee that was very difficult to communicate with, and this person ran, you know, one of our companies, and it was like, I mean, we tried everything. I mean, it was one of those situations where, you know, you're beating your head against the wall, and I'm sure you guys can relate if you own a business and you've had, you know, many employees that basically. It gets to the point where sometimes you just are not able to keep them happy, you know, and so sometimes that's when you need to actually make a change.
Yep. And that's okay, you know, because it's the benefit for the business, right?
Yep. You always have to be, you know, thinking about the business in the end. I mean, the employees are very key to your business being successful, but if you're not thinking about the whole of the business, that's going to be something that's, you know, more important than all of it.
Well, it's like this quick analogy. Somebody's saying, you know, it's like pruning when you prune plants, you know. So you have to prune plants because you can't have the few dying ones that are just sucking the energy out of all of the other healthy plants. So you got to prune them. Sometimes you got to prune the plants in your business. So stay tuned for our Ask Aaron and Mayumi segment. This is where people across the world write into us and ask myself and Aaron questions about the street smarts of small business. If you missed any of our show, go to lboradio.com and you can listen to us on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you follow us on lboradio.com, and we will see you in the next segment.
Time for a quick break, but we'll have more of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show right after this, here on AM 1580. The Answer. You're listening to Lifestyle Business Radio. When it comes to success in life and business, it matters who you take advice from. So let's get better acquainted with one of the hosts, Aaron Muller. As a child, Aaron developed an interest in small business ownership from his family's marina on San Juan Island. From the start, Aaron was driven to seek out business opportunities and attain entrepreneurial success. His very first business venture was catching and selling shrimp at the docks when he was only 10 years old. While his peers were preparing to enter 7th grade, Aaron opened a bumper boat rental company, catering to San Juan's ample tourist traffic. Aaron's first real job came in high school, but by the time he graduated, he had earned enough to purchase half the company. Over the past 30 years, Aaron has gone on to start or buy over 20 companies in the Pacific Northwest and now owns 8 multi-million-dollar businesses. Aaron is the world's premier trainer in self-running business ownership and author of the Lifestyle Business Owner book, which lays out the principles for making a 6-figure income by working as little as 5 hours a week. Learn how to achieve your goals from this phenomenal business mind at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy website, where you learn all kinds of amazing business knowledge. Visit lboacademy.com and take your life in an extraordinary new direction. That's lboacademy.com. Why build a business when you can build a lifestyle?
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
So, hey, in about 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
April 24th.
Uh-huh. What?
The Lifestyle Business Owner book will be at your local bookstore.
Yeah, Barnes
live
Noble, whatever
and
else is
ready
out there.
for you to pick up and purchase. You
Amazon,
guys,
wherever you want to buy it.
Amazon, Barnes and Noble.
There's so many. There's a lot of other ones across the country.
Yeah,
but I
there
don't
are
even know
smaller
I don't even
bookstores.
really know the
Your
names.
local bookstore.
But some of them are like chains. They're just not maybe in our area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they should be in a lot of those places. And if you don't see it there, then make sure you ask the people that work at the bookstore to make sure that
they get you a copy.
Get you a copy.
Yeah.
Of it. Yeah.
It's a great book, guys. It's an how-to book. If you've ever thought about wanting to buy a business, if you have an existing business and you just need to refresh it and just kind of put some more life into it, you guys, this is a great book. It's an easy read. It's a how-to. Aaron shows you how to implement, how to read financials. I mean, everything A to Z. So you guys want to check it out.
And it's doing actually pretty good on the Kindle because it's been selling on the Kindle already, and we have over 112 reviews, almost a 5-star.
Yeah.
You know? I think the people that didn't give it a 5-star just don't really know about business.
Yeah, maybe, potentially.
No, but actually most of them are really, really good reviews.
They
and actually
are
good,
great,
sincere
honest
ones.
reviews, so thank you.
I like them, you know, so I'd rather have a couple people question it. So
no, I think it's great. I'm really excited for it. So let's get into the questions. So the first question is from Kelvin in Seattle, Washington. Favorite way to follow us is Instagram. His question is, my lease is going to expire soon and my landlord wants to raise the rent on my place of business significantly. What tips do you have when it comes to negotiating with the landlord? First question. And how do I gauge how much business I will lose if I move my business to a new location?
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah.
You know, like this is something that a lot of businesses are dealing with right now because again, our market's so great and so there's not a lot of vacancies and then when your lease gets up, I mean, landlords are doing, they're raising rents.
Right. Because they can get it.
They can get it. And unfortunately, you know, they know this. And so when you're talking about negotiations with a landlord, sometimes you can't, you know, I mean, you can negotiate if they're vacant, you know, but they know that, let's just say they're looking at your space and you're spending $3,000 a month on it, and they know that they can get $5,000 a month because that's what the market's telling them, and their real estate agents telling them that. They're not gonna sit there and like keep it at $3,000 unless they're just a great person, don't really care. Usually, it's like an independent, you know, individual that owns the real estate, and they don't really care about the highest use or you know, the highest amount of rents. And those ones are great, you know. So if you're dealing with, so to talk about negotiations a little bit, if you're dealing with somebody that's a owner landlord type person, it's not like a property management company, you're going to have a lot better luck. And what you want to do is play on their heartstrings. That's the best thing you can do is talk about your family and how it's going to affect your family, and your business is really relying on this, and you're just, you know, doing everything you can just to make things work, right? I mean, make them feel kind of sad for you. Unfortunately, a property management company is the in-between person. They're detached. They don't care. They're caring about the money, and they're going to take care of their client, and that's all that they care about.
They'll make more commissions if
they'll make their commission. So what you can do, you have to weigh it all out, right? And so if you're going to move a business and it's reliant on the location, that's really sticky and that's really difficult. And, you know, you're going to have to do the numbers on it. And it's too hard to say what you're going to lose on that because you probably know yourself, you know, like you're going to lose a lot, you know, if it's reliant on a location and you can't get something anywhere near. So you need to start looking to see if you can even move it anywhere near. But you're going to have a pretty good dip in business. And so you want to make sure that the move is worthwhile. Like you're going to save enough money in that move. Because I've seen situations where a friend of ours had a clothing boutique, and he had a major mall, and then another mall came into play, and then they were trying to, you know, they're offering huge discounts, you know, and build out money and everything like that for basically, like, actually they gave them free rent for a year. And they still lost their butt because the other mall was so much busier than this other mall that they moved to. So it's cost them millions of dollars, really.
It has.
So was it worth saving a couple $100,000 for, you know, like for that guy?
Right.
It wasn't, you know. So if you can sometimes just bite the bullet and then say, okay, well, now this is a commitment for you now. If you're going to have to pay more rent, you need to grow your business.
Right.
So now this is a new, kind of an exciting time for you. You take it as a challenge, not like, oh, I'm, you know, Debbie Down. I mean, everything's doomed. Everyone's mean to me. You know, like, don't be that victim. You know, like, go out there and say, I'm going to make this happen now. Okay, so I'm going to pay another couple $1,000s a month. I got to make another $4,000 or $5,000 extra, you know, profit on this because it's got to pay for it, right? So just look at it that way and make it happen.
Yeah.
But, negotiations, you still can do it. You just have to throw out some logical things to a property manager so that they're going to listen to you and then they'll work with you on it and say, I'd really like to, and actually have the numbers to show them, even if they get more rent, what it's going to cost in finding a new tenant, and then they're going to have to do tenant improvements and stuff like that. So show them what they're going to lose by getting rid of you as well.
No, that's great advice. And thank you for the question. That's an awesome question, Kelvin. Next question is from Kieran in Los Angeles, California. Favorite way to follow us is YouTube. I'm thinking about partnering with someone to own a business together. However, I know that many business partnerships fail. What are some of the signs of a good partnership, the capability of a good partnership, and what are some of the red flags I should look for before I get into a partnership with someone? Good question.
Mm-hmm. I mean, partnerships are tough.
Partnerships can be tough. I would say, I would say, first of all, figure out your strengths and weaknesses, right? Your strengths for you as a
mm-hmm.
wanting to go into a partnership, because I don't know who this person is, if it's a friend or a family member or what have you, but, you got to know a lot about them, both personally and professionally. And then from there, I would just say, wouldn't you say, Aaron, that it should be done legally and contractually so that everyone is aware of what their position is?
Yeah, exactly. Have it all spelled out, definitely, so that you guys know each other's, roles in that business. But, when you're talking about qualities and everything that what to look for, make sure that they have qualities opposite of yours.
Yes.
That's going to be one of the most important things, because it doesn't do any good to have two great salespeople on a team.
Exactly.
You can have a great salesperson and a great financial person, and then that's going to be a good team, most likely.
Absolutely.
So,
no, I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good question. So thank you so much. And you know what? I think we might have time for one more, but I don't think we will. So
you're such a tease.
I know. Thank you all for listening to the Lifestyle Business Owners Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. And if you missed any of our show, you can go to lboradio.com and you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We wanted to thank Michael Elliott. He's the founder of RocketDog.org. It's a branding company here, and he has a lot of awesome
stuff.
Oh man, sure. He's so innovative and so current, and he's awesome. Next week we're going to be talking to Lewis Howard. He's a consultant, and I cannot wait to have him on the show. He is going to be fantastic.
He's also a radio personality too.
He is a local radio personality. So I'm excited to have him. And then we have about 10 seconds or so. What do you want to
go buy my book.
Go buy my
your
book.
LBO.
The Lifestyle Business Owner book.
Thanks for listening to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business with Aaron and Mayumi Muller. You can submit your questions to be answered on the show at lboradio.com. That's lboradio.com. Join us every Saturday afternoon at 4 for the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, right here on AM 1590. The Answer.